My name is Jennifer with Gumdrop Books. Today is Dr. Seuss's birthday, so happy birthday, Dr. Seuss. It is also an important day for Gumdrop Books as well, because it is our founder's 89th birthday. So happy birthday, Harold Fitzgerald, or as in my case, happy birthday, Grandpa. I have this book titled Harold Fitzgerald that I wanted to read to you today. It is written by Lisa Cracraft and illustrated by her. And actually, I am in Harold's office today. Allow me to take you to the middle of the Show Me State and introduce you to a man who was really quite great. To Missouri, home to Walt Disney, Mark Twain, and the fine Harry Truman. Just like these, Harold Fitzgerald was an extraordinary human. I do not mean he dreamt up a talking mouse, wrote boyhood stories, or lived in a famous White House. There's Harold standing on the state of Missouri. Harold Fitzgerald was a mover and shaker. He lived with his family on a windy country acre. The cabin they called home, many would call a shack, maybe because of the holes in the roof, the front and the back. They dreamt up a day of giving buffalo a home, just like in the song, to watch them roam. Then they would have full bellies and steak at every meal, or perhaps open a restaurant and make it the daily deal. Here's the cabin with the holes in the roof, and it's on a windy hill. Yes, Harold Fitzgerald was extraordinarily rare. Many thought he was crazy. He simply did not care. Walking 7 miles to football practice only to run some more. Well, he was a winner, no matter the score. He marched to the beat of a different drum. You would never see him down or acting glum. There's the 7-mile hike. The townfolk wonder why he was always merry and sunny when everyone knew he had so little money. Harold Fitzgerald never saw himself as poor in the least. He just knew he would eat from a menu on daily repeat. He never wished that he had more things. His focus remained on his plans and giving them wings. There's Harold eating his peas and carrots, and the menu says peas and carrots every day. I will let you in on a little known fact. Please, when I whisper, try not to react. Just lean in and listen. You won't believe me, I know. But trust me about these things I am about to show. Harold Fitzgerald had a magical gift. From the back of the cabin, his seat would lift. Harold has a first-class ticket to go anywhere. Through his mind, he would rocket without leaving his chair. You see, a library card is the most valuable key. Let's go back to the cabin. Come and watch with me. There's Harold lifting in his chair out of the cabin, and he's holding a book and a library card. Through the walls we will peek at Harold in bed, with millions of thoughts circling in his head. He never felt the winter wind push through the walls, or heard the hundreds of coyotes let out their howls and calls. Harold Fitzgerald knew the answer was right there, just above him, circling in the midnight air. He just knew he was bound for something great. He was excited for the adventure and could hardly wait. There's the hole in the ceiling, and he's looking at the stars. His eyes scanned the twinkling stars in the sky, and then it hit him in the blink of an eye. Harold Fitzgerald would show children how to expand their mind, leaving their everyday place they lived far, far behind. Why, you can travel anywhere in a hurry by falling into the pages of a well-written story. There's Harold with his brilliant idea. Harold Fitzgerald knew this was his call, to share books with the tall and the small. Harold shot up and stood on the bed, awaking the others who were shaking their heads. He would share his secret to pack up and escape. Unlock the knowledge. Yes! Harold threw on a cape. There's Harold on the bed with his cape. I have traveled the globe and discovered many things. I have played tag with blue tigers and danced on Saturn's rings. I have learned to whittle little bug hats and draw chipmunks with elves carrying mushrooms on their backs. Now I, Harold, will get books to others. Perhaps they will sit and read to their mothers. To the ends of the earth I will go, delivering adventures to all living above and below. There's Harold on one of his adventures. Through caverns I will crawl, dark with no light. I will master the energy to face any fright. I will connect a lantern to my miner's hat and then crawl through the tunnels like an acrobat. And if I feel a spider's leg upon my arm, okay, I will probably scream and set off an alarm. That would me too. Here's Harold climbing through the tunnels, and there's a spider. Into the jungles I will swing by the vines to bring books to children of many, many kinds. Maybe I will stop and have lunch with a parrot, perhaps a shoe-fly pie topped with an orange carrot. I may even stay the night with a hairy gorilla and show him how good bananas are mixed with honey and vanilla. Harold swinging on the vine. To the bottoms of canyons I will sail on a kite to get books to children so they are inspired to write. I will take it all in and glance all around and have a small snack as I glide to the ground. He thought of everything and left nothing out. He never questioned himself, not even one doubt. There's Harold gliding down on his kite. Harold understood what many others did not. A heaping pile of books is a travel jackpot. Each page a ticket to travel by train, plane, or car. In fact, it can determine just who, what, when, and how you are. If you want to know the truth, why there isn't a place that you cannot travel with a book in your face. There's the ticket. Each book stamps a page in your travel passport. A turn of the page at all it takes to magically transport. Like a trip to the Arctic to sing with a bear, or to a mansion for lunch with a gazillionaire. Perhaps out into the Alaskan blue waters to sip tea and eat biscuits with a family of otters. There's Harold in the Arctic singing with a bear. A stamp can determine just when you are, like stepping into the future very, very far. Hop on a shuttle to deep outer space, where green and pink aliens are the dominant race. Or learn to build spaceships from green pasta wheels, or help repair robots who have lost all their gears. You can even learn a new language like French or Cantonese. Or just look, you can make 10,000 kinds of Wisconsin cheese. There's Harold in space with his alien friends. Just grab a book from any point in time. Read for yourself. This is not just a rhyme. Take a trip back to when dinosaurs roamed the land, back before the internet was high in demand. Maybe go back to the first Olympic Games, or go fox hunting with some dukes and their dames. This is the first selfie station. And at the bottom it says Mo loves Gail. Mo is actually Harold's nickname. Oh my, I could go all day. Too many books to even show or say. Let's go back to our Harold to see what he did in his life. I can tell you for one, he found a phenomenal wife. Well, Harold Fitzgerald followed his master plan. He did what he said and traveled the land. There's Harold with his wife Gail. Days after days and years after years, he never slowed down and kept shifting gears. He met many friends who joined his quest, who delivered piles of books before stopping to rest. A famous crooner, one of the Texas men, sang about books and getting on the road again. It was Willie Nelson. Harold and Gil had 4 sons that joined the mission. Now many moons later, grandchildren continue the tradition. The boys, Mike, Jeff, Glenn, and don't forget Bart, can all tell you when and where they got their book start. Too many others to stop and mention, but just because I love them dearly, they couldn't have done it without Keith, Pam, and dear sweet Libby. There's the 4 sons and the helpers. Well, today Harold Fitzgerald is retired with Gail, his wife, enjoying the memories of a most triumphant life. Together they built friends into a family of glory that has brought millions upon millions, story after story. Follow me inside the walls of their Gumdrop warehouse, where novels are cared for before they are shipped out. The shelves hold a vault of doors to everywhere. Why, to get to the top, you must take stair after stair. Here's the Gumdrop warehouse. One last thing I just want to explain. Harold Fitzgerald wasn't always a fame. More than once his plans were a flop. He just knew he must keep trying and would never stop. Harold would want me to tell you once and for all, it's not that you fail, it is how you handle the fall. Why, more than once he fell into a puddle of mud. He just added smelly bubbles and washed off that crud. There's Harold in the mud. Thank goodness he just kept going. Can you imagine a place where no books are lined up on any bookcase? No Dorothy and the small dog she cherishes? No mermaids battling octopus witches? No homes for talking lost baby fishes? No mice on motorcycles with just-in-time finishes? No pumpkin carriages filling peasant girl wishes? No Pooh Bears with dirty honey-covered dishes? No Annie and her rags to riches? No Tom, Huck and their short, unhemmed breeches? No Polar Express with its magical switches? No children living boxcars and hiding in ditches? No Seussical tales to satisfy rhyming itches? No wizards with wands doing magical swishes? Gasp! We both needed that. Okay, now back to our chat. Just stop for a moment and think. If all books were gone in a wink? So many children without a doorway to magic and wonder, with just a hole in a roof to simply lay under. Lucky for us, that's not our world, because of one small man with a blonde, fluffy curl. The end. And that is our old logo, Mr. Gumdrop. Thank you, Lisa, for letting us read this book. And I would like to mention this book is being sold on Amazon by the author. It is not affiliated with Gumdrop in any way. Thank you for listening. Bye.